Hello everyone, I'm Chen Longke, the representative of recruiting consulting team. We have discussed a plan on helping University of Rugby to recruit an IT desk staff and an organizational behavior lecture. Let's go into the detail straight away. At this time, the University of Rugby is offering two different types of job. Therefore, it requires two different strategies when it comes to recruit employee. For IT desk, the right person approach should be used because this job is required certain skills such as IT skills, communication skills in order to get the job done. As it was newly formed university, each employee need to get into their work quickly. Hence, there is not many time to train people at this stage. So the cultural fit approach and a flexible person approach does not apply here. In addition, because the contract only lasts for 12 months, so there will be very limited possibility for person to have further development within the organization. As a result, the right person approach will fit the best here. For OB lecture, cultural fit approach should be used, because finding an experienced lecturer with high knowledge in their subject should be a priority target, as it is key to guarantee the teaching quality. This will directly affect students' overall study experience in this university, which is important to be success in higher education market. In order to employ a good lecturer, especially an experienced one, offering a comfortable working environment is a key to success. That's why cultural fit approach should be used here. This approach allows some alternation on job description and seek a way that gives the employee most comfortable working environment. Before designing an actual recruiting strategy, having a general understanding of related employment law, local economic situation, availability of applicants, and surrounding competitors should be done first. When recruiting employee, there are some essential law need to take extra caution. Prejudice and discrimination should be avoided. Maintaining record of the recruiting process so you know why you chose this person. Applicants have the right to see any interview notes, and please make it clear that organizations are not offering a job at this stage. A contract of employee exists as soon as a candidate accepts your offer of a job, no matter whether it's in written or not. You must provide a written statement of terms and conditions within the first 2 months of employment. Finally, reserve the right to change your employee's place of work. The maximum of average working time is 48 hours a week. Employees are entitled to a minimum of 5.6 weeks paid leave a year. Employees whose age are over 25 must be paid a new national living wages from April 2016. This amount will be £7.5 per hour. Thirdly, sickness. You must pay minimum of £88.45 to qualifying workers for up to 28 weeks. If workers continued or repeated absent are causing problems, you may be able to end their employment. For workers from outside of UK, a working visa and international insurance are needed. For economic environment, according to the official date given this August, unemployment rate in UK was 5.7%, and it was the lowest jobless rate since the second quarter of 2008. In Warwickshire, unemployment rate is even lower. It was 3.5%. That to be said, the general economic environment in Warwickshire is comfortable. Therefore, looking for suitable candidates from employment people will be hard. You have to seek employment applicant from other markets, such as other institutions or graduate from our university. For availability of applicants, The number of prospective students in seeking to study computer science has increased by 12.3% to 86,294 in 2013. This indicates that there will be more applicants who are willing to have a job that is related to IT. For local standard of living, take Coventry as an example. The average cost of one-bedroom apartment in city center is £650 a month. In contrast, outside the city center is £483 a month. Average monthly cost for transportation is £50. In short, the living cost in Warwickshire is acceptable. For competitive levels, a recent research shows that the average salary for IT desk in Warwickshire is approximately £20,000. The figure is increasing 11.11% compared with the same period last year. The annual salary University of Rugby given is £21,000, which is higher than the average one, which can become a attraction point. The average salary for lecturing in university around Rugby is shown in the chart. As you can see, the salary in University Rugby is relatively lower than other universities, so the salary can't be an attraction point at this stage. So the HR team needs to think up another way to attract applicants. For recruiting IT desk, the web-based should be focused. As a result of recruiting strategy will mainly focus on online and less focused on other form of strategy. By applying the web-based strategy, the benefit could be summarized at the following point. First, efficiency. The method will streamline the recruitment process, increase the internal efficiency. Secondly, the cost. By advertising the job on university website, it does not cost anything. Secondly, environment friendly. The process will all based on internet. There will no wastage of paper. Our attraction point for this job will be salary. Our salary is £1,100 higher than the local average. For organizational behavior lecture, recruiting should first consider from internal source. This means recruit from current employees' friends or someone they know or even within the organization. For example, consider university case. They can recruit someone who are previously studied in this university. This way, the organization will have better knowledge of the candidate's personality and easier to make judgment on whether he or she fit to the job or not. External source should be used after failed to find a suitable candidate for the job from internal source. This can be done from advertisement or seeking assist on recruiting agency. They have the channels and a larger pool of candidates can be gathered and have a better chance to find a person to fit the job. Web-based recruitment can be main pool to find employment, as it has the ability to extend the recruitment channel to worldwide. This gives the organization the chance to employ someone even from another country. The next section I'm going to talk about is target market. For IT desk, the target market is mainly focused on local source. As the job salary is higher than average, it is easier to attract applicants. Then we consider nearby graduate and skilled person. The reason for targeting by nearby cities is because although the salary is high, if applicants need to travel far from Rugby, the real salary in hand will be much less, so they will less likely to apply this job. Target market for organization behavior lecture can be within Europe, but not people from outside Europe. This way, the lectures are easier to fit into the culture, and should not have language problems, such as poor speaking skill. The working experience should be less than 3 years in order to fit the culture quickly and have less resistance. The reason not to recruiting candidates who are unemployed for more than 3 years because they are not teaching for these 3 years or more. They may need time to get used to teaching again. This may leave students with poor study experience. The next section is advertising strategy. Overall speaking, all information should refer to Adidas theory. Firstly, content is supposed to be attracting, which means that leverage executional elements such as great title and clear layout. Secondly, deter inappropriate applicants by illustrating enough data and decide whether they are fit or not. Secondly, interest should be gathered to lead reader to read through the advertise or advertise. Then the content should be interesting enough to make readers to apply this job. Last but not least, the advertiser should have the accurate information for the applicant needed. Next part, we'll talk about the specific requirement, specific advertising skill for IT desk. Local newspaper is a good place to posting ads, as the target market is focused on the local residents because they are living nearby. These people are more likely to work here. In this case, candidates would not worry about accommodation or the cost of traveling to university. Students and graduates of IT department in University of Rugby are also good source to be recruit. They are familiar with university and they have the advantage of joining the team quickly. Moreover, students and current staff might already know each other. The candidates can fit into the organization easier than people from outside. Normally, ads take at least 1 month to spread to the target group. As the closing date for application is 21st of December, the advertisement for the job should be published no later than 21st of November. They can advertise earlier, so they would have better chance to get more candidates. Rugby Advertiser is a local newspaper. It's a good place to publish advertisement. It only costs £150 to publish for 4 weeks. Online source is not a focus here, but City Calling is a specialized job advertising website. It allows the employer freely post ads on the website, which is very convenient. On the university side, graduates in IT department from University of Rugby can be employed, and they can be noticed through internal email, university website, and career service. For organizational behavior lecture, advertising should mainly focus on internet recruiting agency because this job is open to whole Europe area. Local newspapers simply cannot reach the area that far. In this case, advertising 2 months before closing date is appropriate because it is using cultural fit approach. Examining a candidate's personality can take a long time. On the other hand, taking a long time but finding a high standard lecturer has a long-term benefit to university, as a good lecturer can improve the teaching quality, which is the key to success in high-level education market. For advertising method should mainly focus on online, as it can reach larger enough area to attract applicants in another country. There are many websites out there with reputations in the labor market, such as Glassdoor, Monster, Career Builder, Simply Hire. Recruiting agency is another source. Giving the job description to specialized recruiting agency often can find some high-standard employee, but this method can be costly and take longer time than other route. The next section I'm going to talk about is job analysis. For IT desk, the purpose of the job is providing technical support and assistance to the user of the IT service. The job is likely to involve setting up relevant equipment and troubleshooting IT-relevant problems from system and hardware. The candidate will also act as a first point of contact across different departments through different channels. On job knowledge, skill, and experience part, it is essential for candidates to have skills to set up relevant IT equipment and troubleshooting IT-relevant problems from system and hardware. This can be assessed by test after interview. Good use of communication skill across different departments such as telephone, email, and social media is also important. This can be assessed through interview. The reason for choosing those two as essential is because those are core skills needed for this job. The person also needs the ability to communicate with others. It is desirable for a candidate to have the programming skills and relevant experience. If candidates have knowledge on programming, they should be able to fix not just hardware problems but also software issues. On customer service and communication skill part, it is essential for candidates to have a positive attitude when delivering the service, as well as be able to relay technical information for non-technical people. The reason for putting those two essential for customer service and communication skill is because for this part, the level of service delivered is the most important part of this job. So the applicant must always deliver the service with positive attitude and be accurate enough. It is desirable for a candidate to have experience in customer-oriented environment, because many applicants may have the skill but don't have experience to do the job, and organization has not the time to teach them. For organizational behavior lecture, the purpose of the job is delivering lectures, monitoring and reporting students' progression. On the other hand, to tracking and supervising research postgraduate. For qualifications, it is essential to have a PhD in related subject, and the candidate should also achieve AACSB criteria for being deemed academically qualified. It is desirable to have a relevant professional body and teaching qualification so it will fit to the job more. For experience, it is essential to understand and to teach undergraduate and postgraduate level. It is desirable to have an industrial and commercial experience so they have more knowledge on their field. For knowledge and skills, it is essential to demonstrate deep understanding and knowledge of organizational behavior. Otherwise, it is impossible to teach this course. The ability it is desirable to have high knowledge in education and curriculum development. This helps to attract students. For competence and personality part, being able to communicate information and new concepts efficiently, both in written and oral, students and colleagues can quickly understand what you are trying to say. Ability to lead and work efficiently with other staff or in the team, so it allows group tasks to be done in efficient manner. Having a warm heart in teaching, so students more willing to attempt to lecture, and lecturer are willing to spend extra hour helping students with their research or queries. Ability to adapt to organization changes. Because University of Rugby is a new university, changing in structure of organization or in other area will often occur. You need to quickly adapt to in order to provide high quality of teaching standard no matter what. In addition, if you are promoted in the future, you can quickly adapt to the job role. Ability to adopt a new teaching methodology, often caused by new technology change. Ability to organize their own research to deadline and quality standard. A good interpret skills is also important. The next section I'm going to talk about is the selection process. For researching candidate, different recruiting strategy focusing on different factor when searching candidate to determine whether this person should be selected or not. For right person approach, working experience and skill level should be focused. For cultural fit approach, education, intellect, and personality should be focused. Before making decision on selecting which candidate, the above information should be gathered and evaluated from candidate. The overall selection process for IT desk could be divided into 4 parts. First, select candidate by evaluating their CVs. Secondly, because the work is required for relative IT skills and awareness, a skill test is necessary to test all applicants. In this part, applicants who have better test results will be given priority to. Thirdly, applicants who pass the test will be invited to attempt an informal interview. Then a formal interview will be given afterwards. Finally, the decision will be made based on the result of the test and the applicant's behavior in both informal and formal interview. The selection process for OB lecture is the following. First, the head of business department will start reviewing candidates' CV as soon after receiving their applications. Candidates without a demand qualification will be rejected and noticed by email, as this is essential according to personal specification. Secondly, for applicants who passed a qualification check will be invited to the next round of selection process, which is a formal interview. For OB lecture, a trial lecture is more. A candidate may be rejected as such because even though they passed the interview, they may not have a skill ready enough in teaching, so a trial lecture is necessary here. To be specific in interview, it is most significant segment of the selection process, as it creates a chance for employer and potential employee and candidate to get to know each other and to validate information provided by both parties. There are 2 types of interviews, informal and formal. Informal interview refers to a meeting between potential candidate and employee. It is casual and relaxed, could be done outside office. Candidates could ask questions regarding further workplace, organization culture, advice on their career, and so on, whereas the employees could learn more about job seekers and judge their personal potential. For formal interview, on the other hand, it based on pre-designed quest, and the interviewer must respond. Questions should be asked in interview. The applicant's personal specification should be asked first. Secondly, they will be asked about their work experience, relevant certifications, and specific requirements, such as extra annual salary or less working hour. Lastly, their thinking about the future development in university will be asked. There will be additional tests settled for candidates. After the interview, for IT desk staff, candidates will be arranged to solve same IT problems one by one in university. Afterwards, assess each of their process for dealing with this same IT problem. Applicants who spend less time will be given priority to. For OB lecture, a trial lecture should be given by candidates who have passed the first interview to assess their teaching quality. The next thing need to consider is how to evaluate the whole process. First, the practicity. In this case of IT desk, the question and test approach are prepared in advance. As a result, the time for interview and test could be well controlled. For OB lecture, a trial lecture is more time consuming compared to interview, but it is essential due to the fact that it's the only way to validate candidates have the high teaching standards and the right skill to do the job. Secondly, evaluating the sensitivity. In case of IT desk, some skill tests will be provided by University of Rugby for distinguish one applicant from another. The applicant who spend less time will bring positive influence to the final decision for him. For OB lecture, the level of differentiation from interview are limited. This is because candidates may have similar PhD degree and teaching experience. However, the drawback can be made up by using trial lectures, which can real test the knowledge and the teaching skills. Thirdly, evaluate the reliability. Both the results of skill test and interview note will all be considered in the decision-making part. Finally, the validity. In order to graduate, the validity of interview process will be recorded all the time. After accepting a person into the organization, the next question to think about is whether to offer a chance for employee to promote to a promotion or give any further trainings. For IT desk, no further training will be provided because the applicant is required for relative IT skills and the candidate should be experienced enough to go to work directly. The further promotion is less likely as well, as the contract is only lasts for 1 year. For OB lecture, since University of Rugby is a new university, we would like to keep good employee by giving them promotion opportunity. For OB lecture, they can be provided helps on personal research, developing their teaching quality and understand on their subject and help them to become senior lecturer. Moreover, developing their management skills and could potentially promote them to be a head of department. That is the end of the presentation. Thank you.